So when I started to kind of think about what I wanted to do, I was like, yeah, I want to save mammals, but I want to save like 300-pound mammals. And so when I started networking after college, I got in touch with a researcher here at the Smithsonian, and she said, if you really want to be working hands-on with endangered wildlife, you should start volunteering at the zoo. All right, May, you ready? May Shang Dor. Hi.
You have to be dedicated, rise or shine. Meizhang doesn't care if it's snowing or sleeting or sunny, you gotta be here.
You know, most animals are getting up when the sun rises, so instead of putting them on an unnatural schedule, we just adapt and come to their schedule. So sun's up, we're here. Hi, Mama. What's happening? Good morning.
Once you get here, what do you do? Just sort of run me through your typical schedule.
First thing, 7 a.m., we're weighing out all of the bamboo, setting it up in the yard, prepping enrichment, doing our safety checks of the yard, making sure everything's in order, and getting them out on exhibit. So every day after weighing, we'll come out, kind of spread it out throughout the yard. Pandas are obligate bamboo eaters. They have to eat bamboo. So obviously it's the biggest part of their diet. Right now in the winter, we're feeding probably close to 100 pounds per bear per day.
It's just kind of a surreal job to me. What's it like to actually do it?
It is a little surreal. I often have to kind of pinch myself and remind myself that you are working in one of 4 institutions that have giant pandas. And just what we as a zoo are doing to conserve such a vulnerable species and helping them flourish and educating the public on them. Sure. Enrichment can be anything that stimulates an animal physically, mentally. You know, we want them to still use their natural abilities that they would in the wild to still kind of find their food. So the next portion of the day is a lot of cleaning. Not the most glamorous part of the day, but necessary. And then throughout the day, it's more feedings, trainings, things like that.
What do you mean training?
We're using, you know, positive reinforcement, operant conditioning to give these dangerous animals a way to participate in our management of them because we don't go in with them. So for example, with our pandas, all of the behaviors that they're trained for allow them to participate in awake medical procedures. Using target, good.
If people are out there and watching this and thinking, I want to do that, how would they even go about it?
The really only way into the field is to essentially work for free until someone gives you a chance. So most zookeepers volunteered their way in. So I was a volunteer on Asia Trail for about a year, and then I got hired as an unpaid full-time intern for 6 months, and then I got hired.
What did you do? How'd you make money?
So fortunately, while I was volunteering, I was waitressing on the side, build up a bit of a savings, and I was fortunate enough to live at my parents' house just 20 minutes away. I always say I'm not the norm. Most keepers start at smaller zoos with temp jobs or part-time jobs, and so my first job getting hired at the National Zoo is pretty rare.
What sort of responsibility do you feel?
I feel a pretty big responsibility. One of my favorite parts of this job is that these animals are in zoos to give us the chance to kind of educate people. The majority of the animals that we have here in the park are endangered or vulnerable or threatened because of human action. So I feel a responsibility to educate people on how we can reverse our own actions and spread the message of conservation and how important all of these animals are to our planet.